What is up guys, it's your boy Soul. I'm here back with another Palworld video. So today we're focusing on a brand new aspect of the game that came with the Feybreak update, and we're talking about the Predator Pals. This is a brand new type of boss pal you can find across the entire map, and these mobs, they drop a huge variety of items, including what their usual drop rates are. So you can find, for example, ore from certain pals, you can find the not dark fragments but like venom glands for certain pals, flame organs, high quality pal oil, but more specifically you can get something called a giant pal soul, which is used in upgrading your pals, and also predator core, which is used in crafting certain items, like for example the feed bags I believe, and certain other items as well requires those cores to be able to make. So you need to have both the cores and the giant pal souls. Now predator cores can only be found from these predator pals I believe, so you need to farm these predator pals to some degree anyway, but then also the giant pal souls. It's one of the best ways to get the giant pal souls, excluding high level dungeons, and for example the excavator as well, right? Farming a giant pal soul through predator pals is a really good way to just farm a bunch of these souls. So today I'm going to focus on a farming route that I'm using for these predator pals, and also how to force spawn them. That's right, they are not going to be up all the time, but you can actually force spawn these pals. I'll be talking more about that towards the end of the video for those of you who want to take advantage of that aspect as well. Now, first of all, let's talk about how to find these predator pals. So whenever you're looking at the map, you cannot find them. You don't see where they are. You could probably put a marker down, like for example, if you find a predator pal, you can then put a marker down with like a boss face or something, just to indicate where they are for yourself if you want to. But when you're looking at the map, you don't see them like you see regular boss pals, like alpha pals, right? They are more hidden pals or hidden bosses. So I'm using an external website for this that I'll be leaving a link to down below, and that website looks like this. It's basically an interactive map, and whenever you're at this map you can basically search up here what you want to search for. So right now this map shows you basically nothing, but if you click on predator pals it will show you where they are. So you can see the difference here, and whenever you do this you can zoom in to get a much clearer view of where these pals are as well. So once you are here, you just want to start in one place, and then you want to fly from predator pal to predator pal and check out every single one, or at least check out as many as you can. Now, for anyone who wants to see my route, it basically looks like this. I just made this in Paint, by the way, so don't blame me for it. But here you can see two X's. They basically mark the beginning and the end, and you can start wherever you want here. Now, the basis for this is that we're checking every single predator pal location in quote-unquote the old world. So we're focusing on everything about the old world here, including the Sakurajima island, and when I'm done here I'm also checking out the Volcano island. And the reason why we don't include that is that every single location for predator pals on the Volcano island, they are close to a respawn location, so you can simply use fast travel to check them out. So we're focusing on doing this lap first, highlighted in red so you can see where to fly. So you fly between every single one. Every now and then it might make sense to use a fast travel point as well, but for the most part between these red lines I simply fly, and then at the Volcano island I then start using the fast travel to check out all of those locations. Now, once you have that route down, or you have opened up the website for the interactive map, you can then just start literally flying from Alpha Pal or Predator Pal to Predator Pal and just see if they are available. So once again, you're just following the same map and you're flying from spawn to spawn. This is where you really want to have a jet dragon, by the way, with the best in slot stats for speed and also for stamina, so you can fly for longer as well. And the thing is, when you find a Predator Pal, the music will change, so you can actually hear whenever you find a Predator Pal by the music in the background changing to a boss-like music in the game itself. You will also really easily be able to see these Predator Pals as well, because they have a purple outline around them. So for example here we're about to find a Predator Pal right now, and sometimes it takes a little second before they spawn in, but once again they're pretty easy to find, and I have a kind of a multiplier on right now, so when I see 1 I see 2, not everyone's gonna have that by the way, that's like an in-game option you can turn up if you really want to, but either way, that's how you find the Predator Pals. And now let's get into the cheesing part. This is where you can spawn the Predator Pals whenever you want to. So over here I'm currently at a Predator Pal location, and as you can see, every single time that I go there, it's not going to be up. That being said, the Predator Pals, and same thing with the regular Pals as well, they are basically decided when you enter the quote-unquote zone. So you want to leave the zone until it says a different zone on your map or in your like on your screen, and then you go back and forth, right? So right now we're going between Deep Bamboo Thicket and the other zone, which was called over here, for example, Bamboo Grooves or Groves. So we're going between two quote-unquote zones, and every time we go back here, that Predator Pal has a chance to spawn. It's not 100%, but it has a chance to. So it could spawn any time right now, but I'm having very bad RNG, and it's gonna spawn very soon. So this is not super relevant, by the way. You probably don't want to spend 10 minutes per Alpha Pal or per Predator Pal just trying to get them to spawn. But the thing is, at the later zones, like the Volcano Island and the brand new Feybreak Island as well, they drop more Predator cores and more giant Palisouls, so they are more worth it to try to force spawn because they once again have a better drop table. And as you can see right here, these two, the Dogen, it just spawned after going in and out like 10 times. So it definitely works. I just tested it right here, and we're gonna test it one more time on one more Pal over here as well, the Relaxosaurus. So over here we can see we're going to the Relaxosaurus spot right now, which is right here and is currently not up. So we're going to be going between two different zones once again, and right now he's not up still. We go over here a couple of times and the Relaxosaurus Predator Pal is also going to spawn. So once again, if a Predator Pal is not up and you really want that specific one, you can simply fly back and forth a few times, and I believe you can even fly far up in the air and drop down, and every single time you do so, it has a chance to spawn. Like right now, for example, it just spawned after going back and forth like 2 or 3 times. So you can force spawn these mobs by just entering a new zone and going back. So fly back and forth a few times, or fly really far up into the air and then fall down. And once again, this might not be super relevant at the moment when you're doing your farming lap. So whenever I'm doing like my lap, for example, it's not going to be super relevant. Whenever I'm doing this one right here, I'm just going to follow that lap. But on the Volcano Island and the brand new Feybreak Island, they drop way more Predator cores and way more giant Palisouls. So those Predator Pals, they are way more worth it for me, and I really want to get those. So you can actually force spawn those as well, using the exact same thing. Just go out of the zone and then back into the zone, and every single time you have a chance to spawn the Pal. Now, giant Palisouls, for example, they are used in enhancing your Pals, and trust me, you will need a lot of them. I currently have 3,700, and I burn through them like absolute hotcakes. Whenever let's just put it like this, we have an attack Pal right here. I want to enhance both the max health, the attack, and the defense of this Pal. So we're just going to max this out over here, max this one out over here, and max this one out over here. This will take me 90 giant Palisouls on one Pal that you're going to be using, because you want to have both health, both attack, and also defense on a Pal you're actively using. So every Pal that you're actively using, that is minus 90 giant Palisouls. And then if you have any worker Pals, you also want to spend them on work speed, costing even more giant Palisouls, so you will need a lot of giant Palisouls. So trust me, if you haven't started farming them yet, definitely start doing so now, and by using the lap I just showed you guys, it is actually really fast, and you do get a lot of these really fast as well, the giant Palisouls that is, from hunting down these Predator Pals. Either way, hopefully this guide was informative and helpful to you, and hopefully it helps you catch these Predator Pals way faster, and gets you some giant Palisouls as well. So if you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below, and if you have any further tips and tricks, then let me know in the comments. Also, by the way, I have still not found a map for the Predator Pals in the brand new island, so if anyone has any maps for that specifically, let me know in the comments down below, and I will highlight the comment. Either way, that's it for now, so thank you once again, and I'll see you again in the next video very soon.